Joining me now in the studio, Darren Gealta. He's the founding director of Camp Kesem at BYU Idaho. Darren, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about Camp Kesem. What is this camp for? What does it do? What are you looking to do here?
Yeah, absolutely. Camp Kesem was started in the year 2000 at Stanford University and since has spread across the nation like wildfire. What we do is we put on a free summer camp for the children of cancer victims, whether it's current or present, or current or past, any stage or fight with cancer. The children of these cancer patients can come to summer camp to come and be with children who are going through the same exact thing, to realize that they're not alone, to realize that they have friends and support networks that understand what they're going through, because often they feel very isolated.
And so to clear up something, I misspoke earlier when I was teasing the interview. It's not for children with cancer. It's for children who are dealing with parents who have cancer. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, there's lots of wonderful efforts out there for children who have cancer, but very commonly, there's an overlooked population of the children of cancer patients who get lost in doctors' offices and who get lost in the time and the stress and the heartache that goes into the treatment of cancer of their parents. And so we focus specifically on that group.
Well, it seems like kids in that situation too, probably they grow up faster because they have to. So it's almost kind of like maybe part of their childhood's taken away a little bit because so much responsibility, not only taking care of their siblings, but maybe their parents too at a younger age. So it kind of helps them to unwind this camp. What kind of things do you do there?
Yeah, exactly. These children actually, unfortunately, deal with a lot of anger and self-confidence issues because they can't, as they should be the focus at times in the family. And so what we do is we give them a week where they can be exactly who they want to be, with no strings attached. They come, every person at camp, including counselors and medical staff, come with a camp name. And throughout camp, that's the only name you go by. And they get to choose the name and the person, the individual that they want to be. So we have campers by the name of Smith. We have campers by the name of Peanut Butter. We have campers by the name of, anything you could think of. And some counselors, my camp name is Thor. We go by who.
Do you have a really big hammer that you carry around? And
yes, I actually do. I wear a little
nice
little cape and go around. It's a lot of fun. But what we do is we get kids together, and first, everyone knows that we're all there for the same reason. And so what it does is, instead of having to feel, maybe that awkward situation where you're the one kid that parents has cancer, everyone knows. So we don't necessarily have to say it. But we know we're all there for the same reason. So when we play games and when we do activities and team building things, people already know that we understand each other.
So the ice is already broken in that way, so they can just arrive and just kind of be themselves and relax a little bit.
Exactly. They get to live completely away from the stress and fear, realizing that we all kind of understand that there's something in the back of our minds. We all understand that there's something burning, but we can be okay through it as well.
And this is a national thing, but you have a section here at BYU Idaho up in Rexburg. Talk a little bit about the local chapter and how local people here can get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Camp Kesem is a national organization, and so it's not specifically partnered with BYU Idaho, the university, but rather the students. And so we as students, myself, about 3.5 years ago, found the organization. And I want to go to medical school, and a lot of my peers that want to go into pre-professional degrees wanted to be part of something that is much bigger than ourselves and really impacted the people around us. And we were having a hard time finding it in Rexburg, as it's a fairly small town, and a lot of us are from larger areas. And so I found this organization and pursued the formation of a new chapter. And so we just strictly use BYU Idaho students. And we've seen an incredible answer to the call for service. We've had hundreds and hundreds of students reach out to volunteer in one capacity or another, and the community has been incredibly supportive, and we've loved what we've seen.
So if someone's out there listening right now, they have cancer or they know of a family who's dealing with cancer and it's something that they think the kids might be could benefit, how do they get in touch with you to get involved? How does that process work?
Very easy. We have both our own website and the national website, campkesem.org, spelled CAMPKESEM.org, is the national website. So if you're local, you can just click on the Find a Camp tab and then click on Idaho, and it'll go right to our page. Or if you have friends or family that are not in eastern Idaho or in any other state, you can find the closest camp for them as well. And then our direct page is campkesem.org/BYU-Idaho.
All right, just a few seconds left. When is the camp taking place? When do they need to get involved by? When is this happening?
Yeah, registration is open now, and it's in the second and third week of August. And so all the dates and locations and directions and everything are on the website, and we'll be up in Swan Valley at Camp Luther Heights in Kesem, Idaho, actually. And it's a wonderful place. We have lots of pictures, information on programming, and information on our counselors on the website. So please visit that.
All right. Thank you so much. That's Darren Gealta, founding director of Camp Kesem at BYU, Idaho. We'll put the link to a website on our Facebook page a little bit later. Thanks for joining us, Darren, this morning.
Yeah,
we'll get
thank
that
you very
information
much.
out there for you.